Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. We are currently in the midst of a global cost of living crisis, right? And it's very stressful. It's very stressful. It's very frustrating. Like, everything is very expensive. We have to very carefully choose how we spend our money and what we spend our money on. Savings are low because people can't afford to have savings. And, because of this, the concept of budgeting is getting increasingly more common and more utilized because people just cannot afford to not be conscious of what they are spending. And, I think that is a good thing to be doing. I think that if you are worried about how much money you're going to be left with at the end of the week, then it is good to be conscious of what you are spending. I think that it's frustrating and ridiculous that that's something that we have to worry about. I think that, we shouldn't have to restrict ourselves in the way we live our lives just so we can afford to pay rent and eat food and exist in the way we all deserve to exist. But unfortunately, I don't make the rules. However, there are some people who take budgeting a little too far. By a little too far, I mean far too far, a lot too far. And recently, about a month or two ago now, I believe, I made a video about a man on TikTok who goes by Bradley on a Budget. And I talked a bit about his extreme budgeting and his mental well-being and had a bit of a deep dive into him and his whole situation. So if you want to hear me talk about him and his budgeting situation, then you can go check out that video. But today in this video, I wanted to do something a bit different, something that I've not done before but have wanted to do for a while, and that is going and looking at some people from the TLC show Extreme Cheapskates. Now, I know a lot of people when they make these videos go and watch entire episodes and pull clips. However, I thought it would be more fun to go and pull clips from TikTok because that way I can look at multiple different people. I know how I get, and if I watch a full episode, I am going to be sitting here and this video is going to be 3 hours long. So I'm taking clips from TikTok and we're going to talk about a variety of different people from this show and the way that they live their lives and the budgeting that they do, because I really don't like, especially when people have the means to exist and live their lives but are choosing to cosplay as poor. You know what I mean? There's a line between budgeting and harming yourself, and also not only harming yourself, but a lot of these people are also harming other people. And that's where the main sort of problem comes in. It's these people are making decisions that are not only harmful to themselves, but they are actively putting other people in harm's way or damaging them in one way or another. And I think that needs to be talked about. A disclaimer, obviously, this is a reality show. A lot of this is most definitely played up and over exaggerated. So I don't need people in my comments coming in and being like, you've taken it so seriously, this is all played up. I know, it's TV. I don't know what's real and what's not real. But same goes for literally everything on the internet. We're going to watch this and we're going to watch it as though it is 100% true, because although it may be played up, the foundation of it is real. And we're just going to watch it and we're going to act as though it is 100% real, because that is the more fun way to do it. So that's what we're doing. If you do enjoy this video, please do not forget to leave a like. It really does help me out and I appreciate that. And even more importantly, if you enjoy this video, please do not forget to hit subscribe. I am trying to hit 500k by the end of the year and I greatly appreciate it. Also, with all these new censorship laws and things that are rolling out presently, it is going to make a massive impact on the performance of my channel and the reach of my videos. So I am going to be uploading a bit more on my second channel going forwards, or I'm going to try uploading more on my second channel going forwards. So if you are interested in seeing more content from me, then please do go check that out over there. Kiwi with a Q, Q-I-W-Y. It'll be linked in the description as well. I appreciate it. All right. And with all of that being said, let's get into some extreme cheapskates. Okay.
My name's Greg Insko. I'm 29 years old. I've lived in Cincinnati, Ohio all my life. I'm a Zumba dance instructor, and I'm an extreme cheapskate.
Hi, welcome to my condo.
I got pretty lucky. One of the ladies from Zumba said, hey, my grandpa just passed away if you want to live in our condo for free. In return, I'm supposed to mow her lawn, but you can't beat free rent.
I mean, he's right with this one. We're off to a good start. I feel that it will crash and burn in a moment, but he has a point here, right? If someone is offering you a free house, you accept the free house. Rule 101. If anyone wants to give me a house, I will take it. Thank you. Okay, let's see how he ruins it.
This is all from when the guy passed away. He left it all here. I didn't have any furniture. It worked out nice. These are my roommates. We got Raj and Kevin here.
It's painful bringing women back to the apartment because furniture is everything. It's embarrassing.
This place definitely smells like old people.
Not to be that person, but if you are living in a house for free, I feel like the furniture is the least of your concern. Like, if you really don't like the furniture, just move it, put it somewhere else. Like, especially, you know, okay, you can't put like couches and things in a room, but like the knickknacks and whatever, you can absolutely take those and just put them in a closet, put them somewhere, remove them. It's fine. Like, you're living for free. So I feel like you can leave the complaints behind, because you could also just like not be living for free, and then you'd have to also buy your own furniture. You know what I mean? Like, I get the complaints, but also you don't pay rent, so.
I don't know how much Greg pays for the apartment, but I do know that Kevin and I pay a pretty fair amount.
So about what I just said, I would like to retract my previous statement. That's so fucked up. I was wondering why he had roommates. I was like, if I'm living for free, why would I have roommates? Like, maybe you just don't want to be alone. Okay, sure, that's fine. Honestly, you want to live with your friends, go off. Which is why I didn't question it. However, if you are living rent-free, like no rent, no mortgage, and you are making your friends pay you like seemingly hundreds of dollars every single month, you are a bad person. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Don't do that. Don't do that. I see people talk about sometimes even they're like, oh, my girlfriend owns the house and she was charging me rent and I'm pissed off about it. And in that instance, I'm like, get the fuck over it. She's paying a mortgage. You live in that house. You have to help pay the mortgage. In this instance though, if you're not paying anything, you can't be making a passive income off of your friends by lying to them and making them pay you to live in a house that you're living in rent-free. Surely that's not legal either, right? Like, he can't be taking rent from people in a place. Like, they didn't sign a lease. He didn't sign a lease. He's charging people to live in a home that's not his. Can you do that? You shouldn't be able to do that. I hope that the owner of this house saw this episode and then kicked him out and also asked for the money that his friends gave him, because rightfully, legally, that would be her money. She was trying to do a nice thing and you used it to make money. Fuck you.
It's a large 3-bedroom condo, so I knew I'd be able to take my roommates with me and charge them rent even though I'm living for free.
This is the kitchen. All right, where to begin? There's no point in paying for anything that you should get for free in life. I never spend money on condiments. Anytime you go to a restaurant, just take extra when you're there. I would never pay for paper plates or any kind of plate, really. I got lucky. I got these from my nephew's birthday party.
Okay, I'm confused on this one for a couple of reasons. I would never pay for paper plates or any type of plates, really, because like, I love that your first thought when it comes to plates is paper plates. The last time I used a paper plate would have been when I was a child, because who's using paper plates? Why are you using paper plates? This is a thing I've seen in the US, actually. A lot of people use disposable crockery and cutlery, and that's astounding to me. The amount of waste that must be produced is wild. I went to a restaurant in the US one time and it was served me on like a tin dish, and I was like, what's happening? I'm at a restaurant. Why are you bringing me pasta in like a single use, like you're gonna throw this out after I eat thing? That's wild to me. I don't get this because, one, you're never paying for paper plates. How often are you going to like children's birthday parties? Are you reusing paper plates? I don't think you're meant to be reusing paper plates. I feel like the food like soaks into it and then you can't reuse it again. I feel like the most cost efficient thing to do here is if you buy some crockery, it can last you decades. Decades. You can have the plates at my family home are the plates that were there when I was born. Like, they last a long time and they're not that expensive. And then you'll be spending less money on like bin liners and stuff, right? Because you're not going to be throwing away like 3 plates a day. The short-term loss, long-term gain like outweighs here, right? Like, it might be cheaper to get paper plates right now, but like it's going to be cheaper in the long run to just get a bunch of crockery, you know? Logic.
Biggest money saver in the whole condo is right here in the bathroom.
Greg thinks that he lives a pretty normal life, and most other people would probably think so too until they get to know him. He takes showers with his clothes on.
By washing my clothes in the shower with me, I'm saving at least $15 a month because I don't have to use a washer, a dryer, soap.
I love washing my clothes in the shower, saves me money because I don't have to use a washer or a dryer. And I'm like, well, if you're washing your clothes in the washing machine, you also don't have to use a dryer. I could not tell you the last time I used a dryer. Never, really. I think I could probably count the amount of times I've used a dryer in my life on my hand. So it's not something that I have in my house ever. So like, you never have to do that, bro. And you can put multiple clothes in the washing machine at once and do like an eco wash cycle, and it doesn't really actually use that much power or water, and it actually cleans your clothes. And then it also means that you can actually clean yourself, because if you're showering while wearing your clothes, neither you nor your clothes are actually getting clean. It's just not happening. Also, now you're wearing wet clothes in the shower, right? Maybe he kept them on specifically because the camera was on, but surely it would make more sense to like have your clothes off and shower whilst naked and wash your clothes while like they're off your body, right? How are you Okay.
I keep a bucket in there and it catches all the excess water from me. At the end of the week, when I'm ready to flush the toilet, I take that water and pour it directly into the toilet, and that's what causes the toilet to flush.
No. Okay. Sorry. So, supposedly he only flushes the toilet once a week so he can save water, because obviously flushing the toilet uses such a large amount of water, and the water he uses is the water from the shower. So that also means he only showers once a week, which, bro, you need to shower more, especially if you are never washing your clothes. Secondly, how are you not flushing your toilet every day, every time you use it? Outside of like, okay, maybe you don't need to flush your toilet every time you pee. Okay, fine. But everything else though, how is it not clogged after a week, especially if 3 of you are living there? Surely that would clog very easily and quickly. Secondly, that would smell so bad. Like, I promise you, it is fine to just flush the toilet. This is like actually like if you're only flushing your toilet once a week, you need help. You are past the point of obsessed with saving money, because like that is actually damaging your health because of like the particles, and like the hygiene of it is just so bad. And I need you to like sit down and have a conversation and like stop doing that. My solution here is for his like washing machine sort of thing, if I'm, trying to be helpful and give in to this budgeting madness of his, flush the toilet every day, you absolute monster. But also when you have a shower, which should be more than once a week, still keep the bucket in there, okay? Maybe then use that bucket to wash your clothes. Is it still ideal? No, because the water is like kind of dirty water that's come off your body, but I think that's more effective than whatever the fuck is going on right now. Catch the water in the bucket and then hand wash your clothes in the bucket. I think that's going to be a bit more effective for what you're doing, and you're using the same amount of water, other than the water you flush the toilet with, which is what? How much is that costing you a month? Like $1? Get over it. Especially because the money he's not spending is the money he has stolen from his friends. You're literally living off of like, you have a job and also stolen money, and you're still not flushing the toilet.
Whatever they bring home as an art project, we can make use of it. I don't buy cotton balls. I will just pull off a cotton ball when I need one. Just get a little astringent out, put it on the cotton ball. You can clean your face. After you're done cleaning your face, you can clean the sink a little bit, get a little more dirt before you throw it out.
Imagine, picture this. You are like 6 years old. You've spent the day at school creating an art project. You've made like a sky with cotton ball clouds. You're so proud of it. You come home and you show your mom, and she pins it on the fridge, and the first thing you see her do is rip a piece of it off and go and clean the bathroom with it. You're traumatizing your child to save like, what? How much does one cotton ball cost? Less than a cent. You can buy a bag of cotton balls for like $1. You are traumatizing your child and ruining her art to save you like a penny. I have to believe this is one of the ones that is fake. I have to be, regardless, even still on camera, I just watched her pull a cotton ball off one of her kids' artworks. So even if it's fake, she did it for the video, and I'm counting that as fuck you.
PR executive and single mother Kia Cambridge shares her suburban Wisconsin apartment with her 18-year-old college-bound son, Alex.
Hi, Mom. My mom wants to save money for me for college. I have to grab a measuring cup and the cup I'm going to pour it in because I have to make sure it's only half a cup full. That gets kind of annoying after a while.
Alex really gets irritated with things that I propose on how we can save money around here.
Well, I'll see you later.
Love you. Every Monday, I go in, I get my latte, then I bring it home. To save money, I usually buy 1 large cup, and then I ration it out over the days. By rationing out the latte over 3 days, I'm able to enjoy the latte for 1/3 of the cost.
Girl. No. Okay, see, here's the thing, all right? So in this case, it's not saving money to hoard money. It's saving money so she can send her kid to uni, which is great. It's good to, like, you know, want to send your kid to uni and help them out so they don't need, like, a student loan or whatever. And I think it's really sad that you have to take budgeting to such an extreme level in order to be able to do that. I think that education should be much more affordable than it is. However, obviously, again, there are, like, so many ways people go about budgeting that is just so bad and, like, unhelpful and unhealthy. Like, I just truly am so baffled by this one because she goes on a Monday and buys a latte at Starbucks, and then every morning she drinks, like, a little bit of it. She puts it in the fridge and then pours some in a cup, microwaves it. No, she was microwaving the whole thing. She microwaves it, drinks a little bit, puts it in the fridge, and then the next day she does the same. And do you know what a latte is? Like, this is a genuine question to this woman and anyone who would think that this makes logical sense. Do you know what a latte is? A latte is espresso, like typically a double shot of espresso, and then you fill the rest up with steamed milk. Or an iced latte is the same, but with just normal milk, like unsteamed, just milk out of the bottle. And in this case, if you're putting it in the microwave in the fridge, it's not steamed milk anymore. It is just milk. You've got an iced latte in your fridge that is slowly going off, getting a foam over, like a skim over the top that you've got to peel off every day. It's gross. It's absolutely not going to taste good by the end. It's probably, like, not hygienic. At a point, it's got bacteria in it. If you want to do this and have a latte that you ration out, and you don't want to buy a coffee machine, buy a shot of espresso. Buy just a double shot of espresso and then pour a little bit of that in a cup and add some milk to it. That's overall, ultimately, actually going to be cheaper as well than buying a latte and separating it, and it's also going to taste better. You could just buy, like, instant coffee. You do not need a Starbucks latte. A Starbucks latte, I don't drink Starbucks because boycott Starbucks, right? And also it's bad. But I saw Starbucks recently, and the menu, I saw how expensive it was for a latte. It was like €7 because I was in somewhere at the time. It was like €7 for a latte. At my local independent cafe, it's like £4.50 for like an oat latte. And it's better. Buy a latte from somewhere else and you can get 2 of them for the same price as your 1 from Starbucks, or you can make your own coffee and you don't even need to buy a machine to do it. Just get instant coffee. It's really cheap and it will make you so many coffees. Baffling. I don't understand why people don't grasp the concept of just making your own stuff. Make your own coffee. It's not hard.
I keep my water heater turned off. I need 22 minutes to heat it up enough to get a shower. So I turn it on every morning when I get up. This is my handy dandy water heater timer. I set it for 22 minutes so I know exactly when my shower is ready, because God forbid I waste an extra minute on that water heater. It saves me over $80 a month on my water bill.
This is one of those same things again, right? Where it's like short-term loss, long-term gain type of situation, because I firstly don't believe you that this saves you $80 a month on your water bill, because going from 0 to up every day is using more energy. Like, maybe it's saving you on your water bill. Your electricity bill is being harmed by it though, because it uses so much more energy heating up every day than it does to just stay on and stay at a neutral temperature. Just turn down the temperature, make it cooler. Have just like lukewarm water, maybe. Then that'll save you more money. But also on that, if you are turning it off and on every day, you're gonna kill it sooner. It's gonna give out sooner. You're going to have to replace it much sooner. And it is so much more expensive to replace a water heater than it is to just keep it on, you know? Like, sometimes you just have to think things through and think about it and like recognize the gains versus losses. You can't just look at the immediate impact. You have to look at the actual entirety. Surely can recognize that turning things off and on so much is not good for the motor. So it's not good for it. It's like your car. Imagine if at every red light, you turned your engine off, all the way off. You turn your engine off and then you had to turn your key and restart your car at every red light. That is not good for petrol consumption, and it is also not good for your engine. So why do you think that it would be good in this situation? Like, this is the same type of mechanics. Just think about it, please.
My name is Amy Elizabeth, and I'm the world's cheapest multimillionaire. So the way I got the house is when my ex-husband and I decided to divorce. He's got a good heart, and he insisted that I keep the house because he knew that if I didn't keep the house, I would move into a hovel of a one-bedroom apartment to save money, and he's right.
Amy won't pay anyone to clean her home, so her ex-husband volunteers to do it for free, saving her $400 a month.
If you could start and do the toilet, that needs it the worst.
Okay. To work here.
And don't forget to get under the rim because you miss that a lot.
I'm glad to help her around the house with the cleaning. I do yard work. I drive her to her appointments once in a while.
This is like free exercise for him. Keeps him in shape.
Bro, I need you to have a little bit more self-respect, okay? She is absolutely just taking advantage of you and using you. It's good to do things for people that you love. It is good to do nice things, absolutely. However, she is not giving you any respect. She is absolutely just using you for free labor. First, you give her your home so she doesn't go and move into a one-bedroom apartment to like save money. And then you like continue to enable this behavior by cleaning her house for free and not even asking for respect in return. You are just letting her like use you and your unpaid labor. Put your foot down and say no, right? If she wants to move out and live a life where she cosplays as poor, that is her prerogative. That is not on you, right? You can love her and care about her, sure, but she is not offering you that same respect in return. So I need you to get some self-respect and set some boundaries because this is sad to watch.
Once a month, Amy drives 4 hours each way to Los Angeles in her 17-year-old car. And while a flight would cost $250, Amy will only spend $80 on gas and $10 on an oil change.
Saying she has a slight vibration from the steering wheel going at all speeds. Wow. Yeah, you're just completely bald on there.
Wow.
Along with the tires you need, we got the windshield issue, we got the belt issue.
Right.
All these safety issues going on right now. I feel very uncomfortable letting you leave my facility with the car in this shape. This car is definitely not safe to be on the road.
What's wrong with the windshield?
It's cracked.
So I can still see out of it. What kind of pricing are we talking about?
All together with everything we're looking at, you're probably looking right over $1,000 for all the repair we see that needs to be done.
Are you kidding me?
This woman is a millionaire. She has millions of dollars. She has a well-paid job and has millions of dollars. And she is here being like, no, I'm not spending $1,000 on making my car safe. Girl, this isn't just about you, right? You can't be here and being like, I think that it's unfair that I've spent thousands of dollars because my car still drives. I'm like, okay, but your tires have no grip on them. So that's a safety risk. You can put your brakes on and you can skid. And not only are you putting yourself in harm's way, but you are also then putting other people in harm's way too. Your car, if your engine is fucked, it could catch on fire. That hurts not only you, it hurts the people around you. There are so, like, if your windscreen is cracked and you can't see out of it, you're less likely to be able to stop and you can hit someone, you can hit something. Like, there are so many reasons why your car has to be safe. And it isn't just about you. And especially if you have millions of dollars and you can pay $1,000 and not even fucking notice it leaving your bank account just to ensure that other people, as well as yourself, are safe, then you have to do that and you have no fucking right to complain about it. It's so selfish. Like, the level of selfishness so many of these people have is absolutely astounding. It's so unacceptable to value your own money and like your savings account above other people's lives. And like, if you hit someone and you got into an accident, like, the cost on medical bills, both your own and someone else's, as well as repairs for all the cars and such involved, are going to be much higher than if you just paid the $1,000 right now. You've got to think again of the long term of like, if something happens, that's going to cost you way more than if you spend this money right now. And also, people could get hurt.
I'm here for you to look at it, not for you to take possession of it.
I understand.
And I've got lawyers that'll hit you with lawsuits up the ass.
Girl, imagine being so entitled and self-centered that you're like, I refuse to spend $1,000 to make my car safe, but I will spend thousands of dollars to sue you for telling me I have to make my car safe. Why do lawyers get priority here? Why will you spend money on lawyers, but you won't spend money on making your car safe? Also, I'm pretty sure legally, if your car is unsafe to drive, they can absolutely claim possession. So you would be spending money on lawyers to just lose. What would even the point be? You would lose and you still don't have a car. As I said about like Bradley on a budget, right? Like these people are genuinely just like mentally unwell. A lot of the time these things, like this is obsession, and it is, you know, it falls under like the OCD category, right? Of like needing to have that control and, you know, having all these strict rules about what you can and can't do, and like living your life under these very strict, heavy ideas that you have to follow in a way that is very negatively impacting the way that you live your life. And I think that, you know, that is a very sad thing. And, you know, I think that the solution here is just that like these people need help. And like her in particular, she is being enabled by the people around her. Like her ex-husband really needs to stop enabling her. She needs to seek help. I know she won't, but she should. And I think that a lot of these people really need to confront this, because like, listen, she has millions of dollars, right? And she's not going to spend it on even fixing her car or anything. And it's like, what is the point in having money if you aren't going to spend it, right? Like, I understand, again, sometimes people genuinely, truly cannot afford these things, and that's horrible and that's sad. And I'm so sorry that these are decisions that you have to make. But in these instances, like, she can afford that, and she has the money to live a very comfortable and nice life. And she is choosing not to. For what reason? What benefit does she possibly have? What is the point in just sitting on money if you're not going to use it anywhere? Like, life is about experiences. And some of these people talk about like how it's going against consumerism. It's like anti-capitalist because you are working against consumerism. You're not giving into society telling you to buy everything, and you can just live a nice, simple life. And it's like, I think that hoarding money is actually the most capitalistic thing that you can do. If you have a lot of money and you are refusing to spend it and to buy things, you have given into the idea that money is the most important thing that you can have. And that's not true. That's not true. Experiences are what is important. If you are living your life like working to earn more money, if you are living your life like controlled by how much money you have in your bank account when you don't have to be doing that, if you are dedicating your entire life to how to save, to how to spend as little as possible, and avoiding all the things that life has to offer because you need to keep that number in your bank account going up and it's never allowed to slow down or stop, it has to just keep going, then you are living the most capitalistic life. You have fallen so hard into this system, and standing here and being like, I'm against consumerism, I just think we shouldn't be spending money. Like, you are lying to yourself. You have been hit by this harder than anyone. They are two sides of the same coin. Overconsumption and hoarding money, two sides of the same coin.
And these are styrofoam peanuts. So I just take all the peanuts, throw them in there, and then I cover it up with bubble wrap, and then this is a tablecloth, and it makes a perfect bed.
That does not look comfortable at all. Like, that looks so uncomfortable, and it also looks very, very bad for your back. And I, once again, want to circle back around to the long-term, short-term loss, long-term game of like, this is surely going to cause a lot of back problems. This is going to cause a lot of pain and back problems. And that ultimately is going to cost you a lot more money later on, and also means you won't be able to work for as long, so you won't be able to earn any of the money that you value so, so much. I know that in some cultures and areas and stuff, like, you can sleep on the floor, and like sleeping on the floor is like good for your back, but this isn't sleeping on the floor. This is sleeping on styrofoam peanuts, which I think is worse. I think that if you are going to be not having a bed, the best thing to do would be to have like a sleeping mat, right? Those are still much, much cheaper than a mattress, and also seemingly much more practical than this, and won't cause you grief later on to the same degree.
Ron spends a total of $20 decking out both his house and his closet.
1, 2, 3 shirts and 2 pairs of shorts. And that's it.
No long pants, no trousers, no jeans, nothing. Like 3 t-shirts and 2 pairs of shorts is not enough clothes in general, but especially if you also don't have anything long. I guess he lives in Southern California. It doesn't get that cold there, but like I feel like you should probably still have something long. No jacket or anything either. Just 3 t-shirts and... Okay.
And by the way, I own no underwear and no socks.
And it got worse. No underwear and no socks. Sir, underwear and socks are not that expensive. They're not that expensive. You can get underwear and socks very, very easily for not that much money. And they're kind of important for both comfort and just like hygiene reasons as well. And also, again, the longevity of the things that you wear. If you are not wearing socks, you are opening yourself up to bacterial infections. Because socks are there as like a layer between your feet and your shoes, right? If you are constantly putting your sweaty feet in the same pair of shoes, that is not good for bacteria growth. Like you are going to give yourself like athlete's foot, right? You will get a fungal infection if you're wearing like sneakers or dress shoes every day with no socks. Don't be doing that. And then underwear, obviously important. Please be wearing underwear. And also again, will shorten the lifespan of your clothes, I would presume, for similar reasons. But I don't know, man. I think if you've only got 2 pairs of shorts, you're probably not washing your clothes as regularly as they would need to be washed if you're not wearing underwear. You know what I mean?
Taking showers outside, washing all my clothes at the same time, saves me so much money.
You get to get your shower, you get to get your clothing clean, and you didn't spend a dime. Woo.
So bro's not wearing underwear, and also he's washing his shorts whilst he's still wearing them, and that's the only time he washes his clothes. And I know that that's not good for you. Nothing is getting clean here, sir. Nothing. This is not an effective way to shower. Whoever told you that this is an effective way to wash yourself or your clothes fucking lied to you. No one told you that. You just thought it. This is not normal. This is not healthy. This is not helpful. This is not effective. Stop it.
People in Southern California go to the beach a lot, and the most important thing is they drink wine, and they throw sometimes bottles out that contain wine. All right. When I find any, I'll pour it into the tube. It's going right into the box. You're probably going to be spending at least $10 for a glass of Cabernet or Merlot. This way of finding wine costs you nothing. I can't think of anything more exciting than getting something for free.
I don't even drink wine, and I know that mixing all the different types of wine is blasphemous. Man is taking any wine he finds and pouring it into one box. And I know I don't like wine, and I know that you should not be doing that. That doesn't even take into account the fact that you don't know where that wine has been. You don't know how people have been drinking it. Do you know how many people could be sick with something contagious and have had their lips on that, have had their like spit back into that bottle, and you're mixing it all together into just one big box of bacteria wine? Is it worth it? Especially with wine, because like you don't need to drink wine. You don't need that. You don't need to drink. Alcohol is like not a priority at all. You can live a very happy, fine, dandy life without drinking wine or alcohol of any sort. Like you are actively putting yourself at risk here and mixing all the different types of wine for God knows what reason. For nothing, for no reason. Just because you're like, I want a glass of wine. Firstly, that's going to taste like ass. Secondly, is it worth getting sick? Because I feel like getting sick is going to be a lot more taxing. It's going to take you out of work, which means you won't be able to earn any money. And it's also going to cost you in medical bills, which where you're from, very expensive. So like, is it worth it? I feel like it's not. Also, I love, if you go out, you're spending $10 a glass. You're not taking that out with you. Can you imagine going to a restaurant and your friend like turns around and like picks up a fucking box and starts pouring this like box into a wine glass? Like he did a like bring your own, pouring out of his box, and it's just this weird color, and you're like, what type of wine? He's like, beach wine. No one's inviting you anywhere. You're not drinking that while you're out. If you go out, it costs $10, and it still costs $10 because you can't take that out with you. You're just not going out. No one's inviting you because you pulled out that box of wine and people don't want you around anymore.
These are lamb's quarters, a weed that's completely edible, part of the spinach family. fresh cilantro costs about $1.99 a bunch. Popolo is a weed growing all over Los Angeles, and it's known as the summer cilantro. By picking wild herbs and vegetables growing in the cracks of the street, I would say I save at least $40 a month.
Okay, listen, hear me out. Communal gardens are great. They are good. I respect and love, like, you know, people growing things that are free and you can take fruit, vegetables, herbs, whatever. I think that's great. I think that's a cool resource. I think we should do more of that. However, in this instance, I have a problem with it specifically because the streets of Southern California are fucking grim. How many people have walked down there just today? How many dogs have peed on those herbs? Like, how much dirt and grime and piss is like on these herbs that you are picking? And I know that you aren't boiling them for 5 minutes, because boiling them for 5 minutes to kill all the bacteria is also going to kill all the flavor. So there's no point in doing that. Just rinsing it off, I don't think is going to do the job. If you are finding this in like gardens or something, sure, finding it in cracks in concrete feels incredibly unsafe. And the problem, oh my God, I just realized, is that he is a cooking teacher.
I teach cooking classes. You know, when I go to do any kind of demos, I take this all with me. I set up shop and basically do presentations to help people understand that you don't have to have a lot of money to eat well.
He brings his own stuff to work. Is he giving these herbs out to his students unknowingly? Are his students cooking with unclean herbs that he has picked from the side of the street? That's, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's really my advice for that. Please don't be doing that. Okay. Oh my God, those poor students, if that is what's happening. Community grown stuff, good. I think we should be using those resources. Stuff growing in cracks in the concrete in cities where millions of people are walking, not so great.
Excellent. Oh, yeah.
If you are going to be going through rubbish looking for food, can you please at the very least put gloves on? This is making me feel... He's going through this with his hands. He is digging through the rubbish with his bare hands. Stop it!
Lots of lobster. Look at this. This is a gold mine, man. The shells are great. You know, you throw them into a pot of water and all the meat will boil right out.
I mean, at least he's boiling it this time, right? Like, okay, the food's not going to waste. He's gonna boil it and then it's clean and it's gotten rid of all the rubbish that's on it and whatever people had in their mouths and on their fingers when they were eating it.
Look at this. I mean, who leaves the table like this? Wow. Delicious.
Don't do that, please. Don't pull food out of the bin and then directly eat it. Please don't be doing that. And listen, okay, hear me out here, right? I know that there are people who need to do this, and that's upsetting and it's distressing. I understand that there are some people who literally do not have a choice and they need to do this in order to feed themselves, which is horrible. And the fact that there are any people in that position makes me so unbelievably angry. However, in this situation, one, he is taking this away from those people who do in fact need to do this. And two, he doesn't have to do it, right? Like, he is unnecessarily putting himself at risk just because he can save a little bit of money. I just do not think the benefits outweigh the cost here. You could get so sick digging through the rubbish and eating from the rubbish. Like, it is not hygienic. It is not good for you. And the people who are forced to dumpster dive are very aware of that, and they would very much rather not be doing that. And the fact that you're doing it for like funsies and to be like, oh my God, look what I can find in the trash. Fuck off, bro. It just feels kind of disrespectful, right? And also just like, why? Why are you putting yourself in risk for no reason? Again, you don't have to eat lobster. You do not need to eat lobster. You can go buy some cheaper ingredients that are not going to put you at risk of getting very, very ill. And also it's leaving said food for people who actually need to eat it. Capitalism has fucked us up so hard, and it's like I said before, a lot of these people truly do think they're just like beating the system, but all they are doing is falling right into its trap. By hoarding money, you are not actually doing anything. All you are doing is denying yourself from like living a life that is full of joy. You are denying yourself of experiences. Your entire life is focused specifically around how to save the most amount of money. And then what do? What do you do with that money? You have all this money sitting in your bank account for what? What is it there for? If you aren't spending it, what is it there for? It is such like an obsessive thing, right? Like people love to see those numbers and it makes them feel like they've accomplished something because they see the numbers. But those numbers mean nothing. Those numbers mean nothing. Money isn't real. It's all fake. What is real is the experiences. What is real is living your life. It's doing things that bring you together with people. It's spending time with your friends, with your family. It's doing things that you love. It's eating good food. It's like you have the resources to experience things and to do things that better your life, and instead you would rather live your entire life focused on how to get more money, and then one day you die and it's all just sitting there. If you're really gonna have a ton of money that you refuse to spend on yourself, then at least donate some of it. Like these people are sitting on all of this money and they're not giving it away. They're not donating to charities. They're not using it to help people who are actually in need of dumpster diving. They're not giving them food so they don't have to do it. Like they are just sitting on this money because they can, and because they have been told that having more money means you are more important and it means you are winning at life. This is capitalism in its purest form. You are not any better than anyone because you have more money in your bank account. You're just not. It does not make you any better or any more successful. What life is about living, and you are not doing that. And I think that is really sad when people are denying themselves of living just so they can gloat about how much money is in their bank accounts. Like, by all means, budget and save money. I think, again, it's important to have money for rainy days if that is something that you can afford. But don't forget to, like, enjoy things on the way. Like, buy little things for yourself. Do fun little things. And I understand that the amount in which you can do that varies based on your position in life. And, you know, I have a lot of thoughts on capitalism and the current position that we are all in and the cost of living crisis, etc. Obviously, remember that like your savings aren't going to stick around forever, right? It's good to have some, but like you're also allowed to treat yourself sometimes. You're also allowed to do things that you enjoy. You don't have to be over consumeristic and give into consumerism trends in order to live your life and be like valid in the way that you live it, right? I think that it's important to be careful with money and to know where it's going and what you're spending on. And I also think that it's important to do what you can to also enjoy your life as much as you can in those moments, right? And when it comes to a lot of these people, it very much just comes down to control and status than it does about actual need. And I think that people in these positions who have the ability to not be living like this and who choose to just genuinely need therapy. And I know that they won't get it, but I really think that they do. Yeah, anyway, this has been Extreme Cheapskates. It was a fun video that I also made kind of serious because I don't know how to not do that. If you did enjoy this video, please do not forget to leave a like and let me know. Let me know if you want to see another video like this, and maybe I will do another one. Massive thank you to my Kiwi Cat patron. Aurora, Sienna, Alicia, Marielle, Bree, Bay the Trucker, Chastity, Beckett, Prismatic Petey, Sushi, Uh-Oh, It's Crigolo, Phil the Duck, River, Queen Glimmer, Ella, Mr. Noodle, Radsack, Knitting Menace, Samuel, Chris, Ellie, Alexis, and Bobby. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes.